Happy Monday, Canterbury, and welcome to Canterbury Live for this week. Now, today we've got some special giveaway for you. I'll get to that in just a minute. But in the weekend, caught up with Mr. Rob Copewoody down in Timaru for the racing. He was in his gorgeous Lotus. There he is there, big smile. He did really well. He broke it though, unfortunately, and I did have some amazing footage to show you, but apparently that's why I'm in front of the camera, because when I filmed it, it was upside down. How I managed to do that? Well, who knows? But anyway, thank God we've got the professionals in the studio. Foo Fighters, yes, they're hitting Christchurch this Wednesday. Very cool indeed. But what's even cooler is we have a double pass to give away, and really simple. All you need to do is call through to Marianne on 03 3777 033 or message us with your favourite Foo Fighter song. Very cool indeed. Now, movies. Did you head to 50 Shades on the weekend? Yes, I've heard mixed reviews about it. We might just want to see, funny enough, another movie. We have some double passes, and again, just call through to Marianne, 3777 033, or message us, and we'd love to give you some free passes. You can spend all that money on popcorn. Righty-ho. Now, coming up on today's show, we catch up with Anna from Pure Hair and Beauty, and we're talking about perming. Perming for your eyelashes. Yes, intriguing, isn't it? And Mr. Jin is here, the Chinese consulate, and we're talking about the Spring Festival. Of course, it's Chinese New Year, and it's the year of the sheep. Sarah from Handscraft is showing us an old school skill, and that is cross-stitch. That'd be interesting. But first up, we're talking nutrition, as always, on a Monday morning with Nicola Freya. Hello, Nicola.
Hello.
You're looking gorgeous in orange.
Oh, thank you. I love this colour.
I know, it looks good. It looks great on you.
Thank you.
Hey, I love French toast. I'm a little bit excited. Oh, like the menu.
There's just something about a weekend brunch, isn't there? Yeah, and it's such an easy one, French toast. Yeah, I love it because all it basically takes a bit of milk, some eggs, and some bread. And it can be any kind of bread, and don't use your good fresh bread that you save for the weekend lunch, but just bread that's a bit stale is absolutely perfect. So, you know, your French stick, when you've had some drinks and a nibble the night before and you've got some left over, slice that up, that's perfect when it's a bit crusty. Wholemeal bread or white bread, just even a bun, if you were having a savoury French toast, a really lovely cheese bun would be sliced in half and soaked in the mixture and then cooked off, be beautiful.
Do you add any flavouring to the egg, like cinnamon or anything like that?
Well, you can if you're going, because you can go savoury or sweet, depending what you serve it with. So absolutely, a bit of cinnamon, a little bit of icing sugar on the top as well, or the salt and pepper or some herbs as well if you're going down the savoury line. Yeah. And
can you add to your French toast, like add bits to it, like bacon?
Yeah. One of the favourites, isn't it? The good old bacon, bananas and maple syrup.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, well, on the show tomorrow, we just make it absolutely simply just with some lemon, icing sugar and a bit of maple syrup, because you can make it on the smell of an oily rag, honestly. But then you can add all sorts of bits, so some beautiful berries, even frozen berries, and a little bit of yoghurt would be beautiful. Or if you wanted to go more down the savoury line, you could even have some fresh ham and a bit of salsa, something like that. So you can, and any kind of fruit is absolutely beautiful with it, yeah.
Lemon is an interesting thing to add. No, I didn't think of this, but the children like to have it with their pancakes as well.
Yes. Yeah, that combination of sort of the sweet and a bit of sour is really quite nice. Yeah.
Quite tasty. And as you said, it's actually affordable.
Yes.
A lot of people think, you know, it's a lot of, you know, cost. There's no cost involved, really, is there?
We were away on holiday and we had it was one of those empty out the fridge breakfasts, because we had some eggs, we had some old bread. I thought, okay, what are we going to do with this? And I thought, oh, we're going to make French toast on the barbecue, and it was great. So if it's a lovely day, and we've still got a few lovely days to come, I'm sure, in the weekend, get outside and barbecue the French toast with the kids. It's lots of fun.
Now, very exciting, and I don't want to tell you that maybe I introduced you to it, but a shaker, an icing sugar shaker.
Yes, so the one we're using on the show this week is from a really cute little shop down, well, it's actually quite a big shop, down Norman's Road. It's called Eyelashes. They've got all sorts of great gifts, and this shaker is just a little bit different. It's got shaker written on it. It's coloured rather than just your stainless steel one, and it just looks really cute sitting on the table. And if you're having friends around for your French toast, that'd be the perfect condiment holder to put on the table.
Well, they are useful too, because I don't know, especially when you've got children, they're a little bit messy, and the old spoon and a bowl with icing sugar goes everywhere, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely.
But it's nice and controlled. But those shakers you can use for a lot of things, can't you?
Yes, you can put hot chocolate sprinkle on it. You can put all sorts of bits in it. So yeah, perfect.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Now, tell me about also that so you got that from the shop down there. Now the recipe, they'll be on the website, won't they?
Yes. So each Tuesday we put our recipes that we cook up on the website, and so then all the detail is there, and they will be just added to each other each week. So if you miss one and you want to go back a few weeks, it will they'll all be up there, and you can have a look and make some of these delicious dishes.
So Nicola, if we're sitting here, we want to get in contact with you, and we've got a couple of questions. Can we do that with you?
Absolutely. So if you go to the website as well, there's the last page is a contact us page. Just click on the link there and the email goes straight to me.
Oh, that's too easy. And as far as nutrition, if we are thinking about making a life change for our family, if we're concerned, with our family, their eating habits, is that something that you can help us with Nourish?
Oh, we can absolutely do something like that. So just if they put that in the email also. But in particular, we work with caterers, workplaces, tend to work more with larger groups, but we can do small family groups as well. That would be absolutely perfect.
Do you find that workplaces are actually really thinking about that now, about providing healthy options for their staff?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sometimes it's more difficult to sort of provide those things than others, but there's sort of a range of ways you can support your staff, having an environment that makes it easy for them maybe to go out for a walk at lunchtime, having a fridge so that they can bring their own lunch and put it in there. Just there's all sorts of different little ways that workplaces can do it, but certainly lots of workplaces are interested in actually, you want to keep your staff well, then they can work their best. So yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot now.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is still barbecue season out there. What is, everyone's so busy, what to you is a quick fire salad to take along to a barbecue?
Look, I love to whip up a salad out of, I grab my lettuce, I grab my carrots and strip them long with a peeler, so long strips into it, same with the cucumber. Chuck in heaps of herbs, like we just have mint and a bit of parsley, whatever I can get out of the garden, and a bit of salt and pepper. And people go, wow, this is really amazing. And I was say, oh, it's actually nothing much, but just the herbs, carrots cut in a different way, mixed up, and your salad looks completely different from your old throw together sort of lettuce salad. So that would be my quick fire one.
Good
to
on
take.
you.
Yeah.
We eat with our eyes. Thanks, Nicola,
Absolutely.
and I look forward to seeing that French toast tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Now it's Sarah from Handscraft. Oh, that's a lovely little shot of Venice.
It is, isn't it?
Italy's a bit sweet on you, isn't it, really?
I love Italy, absolutely. So when I'm stitching things, I tend to go for Italian designs and just a bit of that sort of feeling. So that's why I thought I'd do embroidery today.
Yeah, this is very old school.
Very old school, but you can do it very new school as well, and that's what I like about craft these days. Again, with mosaic, we talked about pixelising things in squares, and it's exactly the same with cross stitch. You're just doing it with thread and fabric instead of glass tiles and wood. Yeah.
And I love the Christmas stocking that you've got here. A lucky little girl, Sophie.
Yep. We find we have customers that come back year after year to do sort of several of these, so the whole family ends up with them. And this is an American design called Shepherd's Bush, and they put out lots of different designs, and they are just beautiful, quite old school, quite traditional sort of looking, but people love the look of them.
Shepherd's Bush, not confusing with England,
no,
all those
no.
Kiwis hanging around. That is divine, but the detailing is just incredible. But I see that you've actually got packs they come in, is that right, Sarah?
They come either in kits or packs, or you can just buy charts and fabrics. There's various ways of doing it. It can be as simple or as complicated as you want. This one here, for example, is... I'll pop that back up there.
It's cute.
It's a very simple design, one colour. The way it's stitched is very straightforward and simple. And then you can go right up to this sort of thing, which this lady is synonymous for having some of the most complicated designs, because how these are worked are basically from a graph. Now, with something like this one, the graph is just so tricky, and you would never start with something like this.
That's frightening.
Yeah.
For me, it's frightening.
Yeah.
But
for me, it's frightening, and I stitch lots.
So it's Romeo and Juliet. Very nice.
Yeah. But there are various techniques well, it's one technique as such, which is just basically 2 stitches to make a cross.
Okay.
Now, there are books with designs, there are charts, there are kits, as you said before. We find that people's eyesight tends to go as they get older quite often, and what we find is a lot of ladies that have stitched find it really frustrating that they can't see, but the likes of something like this is actually on a really, really big canvas.
Yeah.
So
it's quite a big wool that's being used.
And it's wool,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's making a cushion, and they can still see to actually stitch. So if your eyesight is starting to go, but there are ways to work around that you can still do your handwork.
Something like this here that you've got in your hand there, I mean, it depends on how proficient you are, but how long would something like that take if you're just starting out?
We've had customers that have done them in a few days, and then we've got other customers that it might take them 6 months.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how long you sort of work at these things. Generally, a lot of these techniques, they say you shouldn't work at them for a long period of time because you'll end up, your posture will get really bad, and also holding things for that amount of time isn't good on your hands. So it's quite important to sort of take regular
time out. Yeah.
Regular breaks.
The black and white here, tell us about this piece here.
Now this one here is, it's a Dutch sampler. It's a piece I've been working on for about 2 years, and that's as far as I've got so far.
Talking about time.
This is on very fine linen. And what you're doing with something like this is a bit more complicated. You're stitching over 2 stitches. But it's basically, the design of this is from Holland, where they, on one of the islands, the girls all used to have to stitch their own band on the inside of their hat, and that was their family design. So this is actually a sampler of a lot of those designs.
It's quite effective, just the simple black and white,
The black
isn't
and
it?
white looks really dramatic, and it's really contemporary as well. For something that's really traditional in design, when it's finished, it actually looks really, really modern. So,
can you follow the cross stitch through to, say, embroidering initials for a gift?
Yeah. So this one here, that's got little initials on there. Obviously, I'm not going to date it till it's finished, because that will be a few years off yet. But another thing that we find is that quite often people, when they're starting out cross stitch, they'll want to have it stamped on the fabric, and they say because that's going to be easier to follow, and it's actually not.
Right.
So at hands, we don't tend to actually carry any of the stamped designs because we find customers just find it actually more frustrating to stitch. Okay. With this one, it is just purely following a graph, so it's a bit like knitting.
Okay, well, as always, Handscraft, the team there can help you out, and I bet there is a course somewhere in there for cross stitch. So just go and ask the able hand there. Thank you so much, and belated happy birthday for the weekend, Valentine's Day, baby. Stay with us after the break. We catch up with Chinese consulate Mr. Jin. Welcome back to Canterbury Live. Well, last Monday it was my great pleasure to be along to the opening of the Spring Festival with the Chinese consulate Mr. Jin, and welcome to Canterbury Live. It was a beautiful evening the other night at the Chateau in the Park, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. And a lot of my friends and guests who come to that reception, they love it. We share the good time, and that could be the best beginning of our celebration of the new year.
Yes, because when we walked in, it was just it was so gorgeous, the lanterns that were hanging down. And one thing the cameraman, Alex, and I spoke about was this genuine smile.
Yeah.
Everyone that walked through the door just had a genuine smile and pleasure to be there.
Everyone was so happy, and they just used that opportunity to exchange good wishes and blessings to each other. Yeah. That's a touching moment.
Well, let's talk about Spring Festival. What is it, Mr. Jin?
Yeah, Spring Festival is the largest or the most important festival for us Chinese. We Chinese have a tradition of celebrating Chinese New Year for over thousands of years. And even though the time, with the passing of times, the tradition differ a little bit, but the theme remained the same. That is reunion, happiness, and blessing. That's the 3 main themes. And so therefore, when before the New Year's Eve comes, we Chinese have a lot of practice, such as have your houses cleaned, have the houses decorated, Actually, today I brought with me some of the decorations we Chinese use for the houses. One is the couplets. The couplets, I could show you one here. The couplets are the Chinese calligraphy works written on the red paper, and they are hanging on the panels of the doors or windows. And on this, you could see, usually people just write by themselves those good wishes for other people. And also, we have a famous Chinese word in Chinese pronounced fu. It means blessing and fortune. So people would like to have this posted on the walls or on the windows. So these are the major items we decorate our houses. And of course, on the New Year's Eve, we will have a big party. We'll have a big dinner among the family members. People will always manage to go back home to meet their parents and their friends. And also, on the first day of the New Year, people will go to each other's houses to exchange blessings, and the senior people will give the lucky money, the pocket money.
Oh, yes.
The money put in the red envelope for the kids. So also as a kind of good wishes for the youngsters. And there are so many other things that we celebrate. But the final day of the celebration is the 15th of the first month of the New Year. That is the Lantern Festival, where we have the red lanterns raised. Also, there are other kinds of lanterns decorated. And also, we eat sweet dumplings as a kind of, fortune ending, or to express that everything will go on so well in the coming year. So the whole celebration will last for more than 1 month.
That's my kind of festival. That's a great celebration. And it's the year of the sheep.
Yeah, the coming year will be the year of the sheep. And for us Chinese, because the year of the sheep ranks the 8th in the 12 cycle of the Chinese zodiac, So therefore, according to our tradition, 8th is always the lucky number. So therefore, the year of the sheep is supposed to be a year of happiness, peaceful, and fortunate. And also here in Canterbury region, sheep is always regarded as one of the symbols of this part of the country, and also welcomed by the local people. Therefore, I have a full confidence that the year of the sheep will be a fortunate one for both countries and also for our two people.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, I think to give you the last words would probably be the best thing to do. So if you were able to look into camera 2 and maybe welcome everyone for this new spring, or the spring festival.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say in 2 parts. First, I'll say a few words in Chinese to my countrymen. 值此新年来临之际，我仅代表中国驻克莱斯特彻奇总领馆，祝我们所有的侨胞朋友，在羊年之际大家一切如意，阖家幸福，生意兴隆，而且呢，羊年大吉，喜气洋洋。And also, I would like to take this opportunity to wish all our friends a happy and a prosperous year of the sheep.
Thank you, Mr. Jin, the Chinese consulate. It's been an absolute pleasure, and a very happy new year to you and to your family.
Yeah. And before we finish the program, I would just like to give you a small souvenir. It's a good symbol for good luck in the year of the sheep. It's a combine of a Chinese tie and also a piece of jade.
Wonderful. Thank you very, very much. Stay with us after the break. The giving keeps on giving. We have Anna Harding here from Pure Beauty. Perming, well, I do remember, for those women out there, the old spiral perm. Yes, I used to when I was at school, get the old spiral perm. It was quite amazing. But we're not talking about hair, we're actually talking about the eyelashes.
Yes, which is crazy when you think about it, because, yeah. So... it
is crazy. So I'm thinking that solution near my eyes, I don't know if I feel cool about it.
Tiny little bits, your eyelashes are small, but it's very, very cool.
Very effective?
Yes, very effective.
Okay, and I believe we've got some before and afters. Maybe that's probably, wow, okay. So here we go. This is on a bit of a upside down turvy-dovy, but anyway.
Yeah.
So the ones that are before there, yeah, so they're very slight, quite there, and it's just making them pop more than anything,
it just
aren't they?
opens up your eye. basically. And so you could have really long eyelashes, but they could be dead straight. So you pushing them up, opens up your eye, gives you that curl that you want.
So who is a candidate then? Can everyone get it done?
Anyone can do it. So obviously, you know, longer eyelashes is great because that will make them just look incredible. But I even suggest shorter eyelashes. Older women that have kind of hooded eyes, you know, they have that problem as you get older, because it just opens them up. It pushes the eyelashes up and over the lid and opens your eyes up. So any candidate, I would say.
Wow. Okay, so you've got some tools here.
Yeah, just sort of explain
Anna.
them because it's quite confusing. So these are the wee clips. They look like eyelash curlers.
Just hold it there, sweetie, for Harry to get. Oh, wow, what a contraption.
Yeah, so you open it up. The eyelashes...
Like Chinese torture.
Yeah. Looks a bit scary, but the eyelashes go through there and then they get pushed up with this, so it's like an eyelash curler, and then clipped in like that. But the solution gets put onto the clip, and that's how it works. Yeah, so there's two solutions.
And how long does it last? How long do you keep it on?
So you have you get it put on for 6 to 8 minutes, depending on how curly you want them. So you have the first solution on for that, and then the second solution the exact same amount of time.
Right,
yes.
Okay. And at the same time, can you get because a lot of ladies get their eyelashes tinted, don't they?
Yes, so do that. I will always do that as a package deal because that just is the icing on the cake. So you do that afterwards, so they're curly and then you get them tinted and they're dark and you wouldn't even have to wear mascara.
Ooh,
that's why a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
I know it's a big call, but
it's a big call,
but no, I would definitely, once you've had that, you wouldn't have to wear
Well, you're
mascara.
like me. I wear corrective lenses. We both wear corrective lenses, and you shouldn't wear any eyeliner or mascara. Apparently. I don't really listen to that.
Who listens?
Who listens to that? Let's get serious. But this is a good option, though.
Great option. Yeah, especially because you don't have to think about putting mascara on. It's not affecting your eyes. Don't have to even think about it. Wake up and you've got your face on.
Hey, what do you think about these the lashes, putting on these false lashes?
Personally, I'm not a fan. Everyone, has their own opinion on it. Sometimes they can look incredible, but I've dealt with so many eyelashes of the aftermath.
Oh, really?
And they've lost them, they're thinner, and sometimes they don't come back from that. Yeah, sometimes
So what happens there? Like you've lost your lashes,
If someone comes to me like that, I just recommend Eyelash, which is a growth stimulating serum.
Oh,
not much else you can do really, except stick to more natural things like eyelash perming.
It's also the pressure though, isn't it, too, Anna? Because we see online and that, the celebs, the big Kardashian, big,
exactly, they seem
big
to have
giraffe
perfect.
Yes, yeah.
It's not fair, because they have lots of money, so.
Well, and also people forget that they actually have their own hairstylists and their own makeup artists that are full-time employees.
Exactly.
So they're travelling with them to make them look that good.
Exactly.
Yeah, everyone doesn't have that in their pocket, do they?
No.
Very cool. Next week I'll be intrigued to see what you bring in.
Yes.
But hey, there's a definite idea. If you feel you need a bit of oomph to your lashes, then definitely Pure Hair and Beauty out at Woodend with Anna. It's a great option, and she looks after you, which is amazing.
Always.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a great way to start the week out. Tomorrow on the show, we are trending with Teresa. We catch up with Nicola Fra and French Toast and the NZ Fire Service. Very nice. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
Vitrines et magazines me disent que je suis in. Je suis une fashionista.